I'm the CEOS. Bear with me here people, I'm on mobile. About a year ago, I was running a small video game tournament in the small company I owned. The waitlist had a full list of 16 people, and it was fine until one person ruined it for all. Take a guess Yami, LMAO. So we were starting up the games, when a dad ran into the store with his son. We're here for the tournament. Me, oh sorry, but the list is full. Well then, make some room. Me, I can't do that. Listen, I can get you fired with the push of a button. Me, how? I have been friends with the CEO of this company for a long time. Me, then call him. I watch him make a fake phone call then hang up. He says you're fired. Me, that's funny, considering I'm the CEO. Ep's look of shock still makes me laugh to this day. Ed is upset when I won't let his son play with my daughter's heart monitor as requested. Another Ep story featuring my kid's health issues. This is a bit of a long one. When my oldest daughter was born, she had some significant heart problems. NICU for a while, and then at 10 weeks old, she developed supraventricular tachycardia, which basically means that her heart would beat excessively for no reason at all. She was in pediatric ICU for 2 weeks after nearly dying from organ failure. She's fine now. This particular incident happened about a week after she was released from ICU. She'd been sent home with a portable heart monitor. We went to the cardiologist once a week for the batteries on the monitor to be changed and the readings to be checked. On this day, we were sitting in the waiting room at the pediatric cardiology office. Wait times were insane here, as there are only 2 doctors for the entire region, and it wasn't unusual to wait 30 minutes or longer for an appointment. Entitled Dad and Bratty Kid were the only other ones there. But, here we are in the waiting room. My daughter is asleep in her car seat carrier, and I'm lightly half dozing. Something touched my knee. I look down, and Bratty Kid is there. Me, hi. Back, is that a real baby? Me, laughing, yes, it is. Back, is it a boy? My daughter was dressed in a yellow sleeper with pink strawberries on it. Lacy pink socks. Pink hat. Me, no, it's a girl. Back, what's that? He's pointing to the heart monitor. Me, that's to make sure her heart is beating right. Back, can I play with it? Me, no. Sorry, it's not a toy. Back, I'm bored. I looked across the room and the dad is flat out asleep. He's actually snoring. Me, why don't you go talk to your dad? Then, at this moment, I'm called up to the insurance desk to fill out another form. Back had gone back to his dad, so I left my baby there as I was only about 4 feet away. I turned to go sit down, and Ed is awake and walking toward me. Ed, do you have a toy my son can play with? Me, nope. Sorry, Ed, he says you do. Give it to him. Me, I don't. Ed, I need a nap. Just give him the toy, so I can go back to sleep. Me, there is no toy. You should have brought one for him if you wanted to sleep so bad. If looks could kill. He went back to his side of the room, and I sit down. About another 10 minutes pass. Daughter is awake now and hungry. I'm digging through the diaper bag. As a first time mom with a child in and out of the hospital, I hadn't had the time or energy to develop a system for the bag yet, so it took me a minute. By the time I'd found what I needed, my daughter was screaming, and so was her heart monitor, the cords of which are in BK's hand. The loud beeps from the disconnected monitor wake up edition. Ed shoots out of his chair. Ed, the fuck is that? I don't even get time to answer before a nurse rushes out to us. She drops to the floor to check my daughter. Meanwhile I snatch the heart monitor from BK's hand. Back, that's mine. Give it back. Ed, why are you taking his toys from him? Me, go back to sleep. It's all you seem to be good for. He grabs my arm and yanks the monitor from me to give it back to the kid, who promptly drops it. Nurse, picking up the monitor, you need to leave now. This is sensitive medical equipment. If it's damaged, we are billing you for it. Ed, you have no right to talk to me like that. Do you know who I am? Nurse, you're the guy who's about to get arrested if you don't leave now. On his way out, he screamed profanities / about me, the nurse, and the clinic. His wife, who'd been in the back with the doctor, was told he was banned from the clinic and was handed a bill for the cost of the monitor. A few weeks later during another appointment, the nurse told me he'd sued the clinic for emotional trauma. It was dropped when the clinic countersued for the cost of the monitor. You can't just throw out a stranded pregnant mother and her toddler at 3 AM in the cold. Oh yes I fucking can. Buckle up everyone for this bumpy ride. Okay, so I was chilling in my living room around 3 AM playing some video games. My parents are out of town visiting some friends and I decided to stay home, house to myself and all. So here I am, in nothing but bra and panties, when there's a knock on the door. WTF. I think to myself, so I scramble to get my clothes on, and I answer the door. It was a family acquaintance with her already whiny little brat. She's also visibly pregnant, and we'll get to why that part is important later. Me, hey name, what's going on? My car broke down, and tow company can't come get my car until tomorrow. Think me and brat's name can crash here tonight. Me, sure you guys can sleep in the living room, I'll let them in. Me, want anything to eat or drink? Coffee if it's not any trouble? Me, sure no problem. So I go to make some coffee when I see little shit picking up my controller. Me, hey little guy please put that down. Oh can't he play a game? Me, no I'm in the middle of something plus he wouldn't know how to play the type of game. But he really wants to. Don't you little shit? Little shit, I want to play. Me, no, you can't play. Little shit, I want to play, I want to play, I want to play. Rhea throws the fucking controller at the TV, shattering the screen. Me, what the fuck? I rush over to the TV. Hey, don't you swear at my child. Me, you just fucking let him destroy my TV like this. You're the one who didn't let him play the video game. Me, I said no, and you have to teach your brat that he isn't oh jack shit. How dare you? Just wait until I tell your mother about how you treated him. You'll make a terrible mom. Me, I'm not having kids, but if I did I wouldn't let them be spoiled little shits like brat. You are being the brat right now. Just get a new TV and quit whining. Me, yeah I'll get a new TV with the money you pay me for the broken TV. What? But you are the one who instigated little shit. Me, you know what, just get the fuck out of my house. You and your brat are no longer welcome in my house. What the fuck is wrong with you? I'm pregnant and have a toddler and have nowhere to go. You can't just kick out a stranded pregnant mother and her toddler at 3 AM in the cold. Me, oh yes I can, you insufferable cunt. Get the fuck out of my house before I call the cops. Picking her brat up and heading towards the door. Just wait until I tell your mother about this. Me, yeah I'll gladly tell her about what little shit did to the TV and that you refused to pay for it. You'll regret this. Leaves. The next morning I called my parents and explained what happened. They were very understanding because I was never raised to be a spoiled little cumstin, and momby cunt got an earful from my mom that if she didn't pay back we would take her to small claims. She tried to play the oh woe is me single pregnant mother blah 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 shit, but it didn't work, and she forked over the $500 for the new TV, and we cut contact with her. Edit. In case anyone else was wondering, the reason Breeder and her shitston were out at 3 AM was because little shit demanded McDonald's and refused to go to bed unless he got it. Your yard is now our park. Girl, my partner and I purchased the house next door to my best friend. I had lived with him for close to a decade when his kids were babies, so they viewed my house as an extension of theirs and were in and out all day, every day. I have a more flexible schedule than he and his wife, so I have them in the mornings, after school, and on days off of school. I had a pool in my yard, and because my friend's kids were still little, I installed a retractable cover and made sure it was locked so they couldn't open it. My friend's yard had one of those wood fort/climbing wall/swing set deals and a large sandbox. Throughout the year, we spend most evenings outside, grilling, drinking, and watching the kids play/swim/whatever. One summer day, I came home from work a little earlier than normal and started to prep for dinner. I heard a knock at my back door, which was odd, since my buddy's kids never knocked. I went to see who it was and discovered a mom and two kids who looked to be maybe 5 to 7 years old. As I opened the door, she informed me that her kids needed to use the bathroom and that I needed to come out and get the cover off my pool. I was confused and asked her to repeat herself, and she said that her kids needed to pee and that they were hot and bored with playing in the sandbox, so I needed to open up my pool. I asked her why she was in my friend's yard and what made her think her kids were welcome to swim in my pool or use my bathroom for that matter. She got really bitchy and told me that she had moved into the house behind us and that she had watched my buddy's kids come over all the time and I opened the pool for them. She insisted that, since I was willing to open my pool for the kids next door, I should also open it for the children who live behind me. I tried explaining the relationship between my best friend's family and mine. She claimed it didn't matter that I had known them since birth and pretty much had helped raise them. I just needed to get to know her kids too, and it would be okay. I told her no and closed the door on her. She spent a while knocking and fussing at me through the window and then had her kids pee in a planter on the side of the patio. When I still didn't react, she took her kids back into my friend's yard to play on the swings. I texted him to let him know what was going on. Right at the moment he was letting his 300+ pounds worth of new fizz out into the yard without noticing the unwelcome visitors. The mom starts shrieking and climbs up into the fort, leaving both kids on the swings. She starts demanding that we put the dogs inside, and how dare my friend let his dogs out into his own yard when her kids are clearly playing there. He tells her to GTFO and calls the police. When the cops arrived, she put on the whole waterworks about how her kids are just looking for friends, and my buddy's kids are somehow bullying her kids, even though they'd never met. That he invited her over just to let his dogs attack her children. Blah blah blah. They eventually move her back onto her own property, then come back later to tell us they warned her about coming back. She lived in that house for almost a year before she and her husband divorced. During that year, I had to replace the lock over the pool cover controls 3 times, have a fencing company remove a gate at the back of my property that was meant to let the lawnmower through, and eventually pay a security company to come check on the yard anytime we were going to be away for more than a few hours. We found her and her kids in our yards repeatedly, but she'd leave when we got home. What finally resolved the issue was my partner catching her in the pool. She told him she knew the man that owned the house and that he had told her it was okay to swim. He told her he was married to the man that owned the pool and that it's not okay to swim. She apparently had a bad reaction to realizing she was immersing her sons in gay water. We didn't see her again after that.